Day 5 of competition. First actual full day of streaming on the IRF network. I'm soon to be joined by my counterpart, Gary Mazeroff. Good to be back here. Streaming again, actually first time in Tarifa. You're looking at show court number 13 courts in this complex. We have a referee from Dominican Republic, Merinanieli, and playing today we see Ecuador, who has apparently earned the first serve. Maria Angela Villacreses and Jasmine Elizabeth Aguilar Salvatierra. Guatemala, Salvatierra serving first. And here we go. Skips the ball in. Probably a little bit of nervousness coming up court. 1-0. Nice crack serve to the right side. (2-0) quickly. And side out, coming to serve and also getting a point, Villacreses. This is rally scoring. You score all the time, whether serving or receiving. We're playing to 11, 3 games to 11. Nice serve, drive serve deep into the left corner. We're all tied up at 2. Gary, welcome.
Thank you. I just had an opportunity to officiate 2 young Bolivian players, 10 years old, Gustavo. And quite frankly, I think if you and I played them in doubles, the outcome might be questionable. 2 families here. I'm confident Aguilar is related to the Salvatierras in one way, shape, or form. And then we have Villacreses from the capital of Ecuador. Her father, Mario, our good friend.
Familiar names in racquetball in South America, both of them, their families.
Absolutely.
2 serves. Again, playing to 11. Best 3 out of 5. Got to win by 2. Format has worked very well. Started last year. Every point counts.
Villacreses also playing doubles with her sister, younger sister. Oh, that's strong. Her coach, Juanito Salvatierra, down there with the El Doctor where, donde? The president of the Guatemalan Racquetball Federation. So yesterday, you and I and our buddy Dean, we discussed Minnesota, and Tim Matfeld as well. One of your hometowns, Minnesota.
Yes.
Land of 10,000 lakes. So I was trying to have a kind of a metaphor here, an analogy here in Bolivia. And Bolivia is the home of 10,000 players. Everywhere you go, racquetball. It's wonderful.
Not sure if that is quite the right analogy, but there are a lot of players here. Well over 80 here in the tournament from Bolivia.
Oh, from Bolivia alone, yeah, 308 players. They may have added a couple yesterday, so we're over 300, which is the largest draw we've had since 2012 in Los Angeles.
And we're back 6-2. Salvatierra, again, strong drive serve on both sides.
So to quote one of our friends, one of the U.S. coaches, main coach Tim Baghurst, that was an empty timeout by Ecuador. Strong right side, left side. keeping her on that yo-yo string moving.
This is girls 18 and under. We have divisions up to 21 and under. Short serve.
It's tough to read that drive serve. She came right that time, came up short, but difficult to read. Villacreses had an opportunity there, but didn't take that last half step and push the ball. And the young lady from Guatemala put it away.
As I spoke to the public, this is our real first full day of streaming today. Score is now 9-2.
Yeah, full menu today.
Day 5. Today's the round of 16s, elimination rounds. And that's a side out. Point.
So Villacreses, she may not have enough to come back in this game. She wants to get some momentum, nothing less than for game number 2.
Stay in the game, yes.
Again, she pushed the ball.
One timeout per player per game.
This is game point number 1 here in game 1.
Not to be.
No. Again, little momentum. We'll serve her well for game 2. I want to recognize our leaders. Bienvenido, Señor Pablo Farje. Welcome, my friend. Osvaldo Maggi, President of International Racquetball. Executive Secretary Luke St. Ange back in Colorado. Ex-President Keith Calkins in California. So that's game 1. We'll keep talking. So, little history about International Racquetball. It started in 1981. The first grand event was a combination of the World Championships and the World Games in Santa Clara, California. And here we are, 2023, over 40 years later. So this is the Junior Worlds, which is an annual event, Gustavo, and it's the 34th edition. I think we lost one for COVID. So 35th year, 34 events. We've had it over 7 countries, 3rd time in Bolivia.
And this is the first time for us down here in Tarija and for many of the players, and quite a city and quite a venue that we're here at enjoying as we are into our day 5 right now. All the round robins, all the initial play has taken place for the seeding, and now it's win or lose for the players. Today we have the round of 16s. Tomorrow the quarterfinals. We have on Friday the semis, and the finals be Saturday, and most people will be going home on Sunday. Long trip here.
Long trip, well worth it. So folks, when you're going to come down, expect long travel days, yet spend some time here in the beautiful city of Tarija. It reminds me a lot of Sucre. And on a personal note, as you said, this is our first time to Tarija. I've been to Bolivia 14 times, and it's always a gift, a pleasure to be here. Talk about the hotels, Parales and our hotel.
Yeah, our hotel, which is, what, 10 minutes from here?
A 10-minute walk.
10-minute walk, and every cab ride is, I mean, there's many cabs, very easy to get around. We've had wonderful weather. The weather's been in the high 80s, and then at night it does cool down nicely.
It cools down, yes. We don't need the air conditioning in the room. Open up the door. And by the way, it's very, very reasonable economically here. An expensive cab ride is $3. Here we go. Villacreses, Ecuador serving. Aguilar, Guatemala receiving.
not to be. Side out point for Salvatierra. Appearing to be the stronger of the two players right off the bat and continuing on to this game number 2. 2 serves. Rally scoring, as I pointed out. Short serve, second serve. The floor on this court's a little bit lighter, or maybe the lighting is on the other dozen courts that are here.
It looks brighter. I agree with you.
Yeah, a little easier to see the ball, especially the short line, which is 20 feet back from the front wall.
One of the few unforced errors by the Guatemala player opens the door for Villacreses, Ecuador. She lives in La Capital in Ecuador.
Set up. And it was. Yeah, she's mixing it up. Serving hard left, hard right. 4-2. Nice shot.
Yeah. It's a good serve, better return.
Excuse me. Correction on the scoreboard. 2-4. Acá de Tarija, Bolivia, transmitiendo Mundial número 34 Juniors. Gary Mazarov, Gustavo Farel, su servidor. Vamos a estar acá hasta el sábado. 5º día hoy de la competencia.
Piso. Another point for Villacreses.
3 sirviendo 4. Mucho jugador de Latinoamérica. Ha crecido enormemente el deporte en Latinoamérica. Bolivia, Ecuador, México, Chile. Cambio de mano. Perdón, cambio. 5-3. Pero está más apretado este juego.
She didn't read that ball. I think she lost that ball on that video, that sidewall glass. Very easy to do.
6-3. Está sacando muy bien al lado derecho.
Sí.
Y se arrima hacia la derecha y se vuelve a la izquierda y no llega.
Sin embargo, Villacreses leo drive serve a la derecha. Antes no. She was able to read it, and that's what happens after a game. You start getting the reading the subtleties, the idiosyncrasies of the other player. So we'll stay here. We're here with Rodrigo and Pablo.
We'll be here all day, all the way through probably around 6 o'clock. I think the last games are scheduled at 5 o'clock. We'll see how we do time-wise.
Correct. Matches are scheduled every 45 minutes, folks. 13 courts, 13 matches scheduled each hour, with a rare exception. You and I have had the opportunity and the privilege to officiate the better part of 20 matches over the last 4 days.
And we have. Yes, we have.
And
that's been good.
Absolutely. It's a great experience. Even though we've been doing it for decades, every time it's a venture. And don't take anything for granted. You really have to tune in when you're refereeing. Folks, we have 24 officials from 10 different countries. Game 3 to start now.
7-3. Salvatierra de Guatemala.
Sorry, that was my fault. That was a timeout. If it continues like this, it'll soon be game 3, but it's 8-3 in game 2. Marianelli Delgado is our official from República Dominicana.
4-8, sirviendo Villacreses de Ecuador. Parece que está más tranquila ahora. Sirviendo la Z a la mano izquierda. Punto.
So she got away with that one. She hit a drive Z, which was a little loose. The young lady from Guatemala tried to short hop it and put it in the floor. Does the same thing. If it works, why change? Another skip. She's on Arroyo here.
She certainly is. 6-8.
Three times in a row. Great
Mejor
serve.
saque. Mejor saque ahí la Z al revés. Estamos en 7-8. Jugamos a 11 puntos. Hay que ganar por 2.
See if this is number 4. Drive Z left side into the deep glass. The answer is yes. And another successful point for Villacreses. So empate 8 iguales. Thank you for tuning in, folks. InternationalRacquetball.com, International Racquetball Facebook and YouTube. Number 6. All right, so Aguilar stopped the bleeding there. Now she has 2 points for the game. As Gustavo said, win by 2. I think the longest game I've experienced this week was 21-19.
I don't think I had one that was beyond 12-10.
Oh, nice. Ball live. Unfortunately, Gustavo, 5 feet from the front wall, the entire left side, and she overhit it.
Her eyes were too wide when she saw that setup. This could.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, she called short. Second serve, call stands.
She called that short or a screen? I didn't hear that.
I'm confident it was short.
Okay.
Setup. Ball cracked out.
It certainly did.
Front wall, right side wall kiss. 2 bounces.
Villacreses still in it, serving at 9-10. There's a question here on the marcador. Adrian Macrino from Argentina, who's responsible for all the setup of the equipment here, helping out.
Senor Esposado. Speaking of friends, Manuel Flowers over here. Want to welcome him.
Whatever the issue was.
Dueño del Racquetball Tarija.
Looks like the issue's been corrected. I have a score of 9, serving 10.
We'll check with Rodrigo. Rodrigo, es score?
That hit the camera box, which we will later be using.
10-10. That's the only designated court hinder. If it doesn't matter the outcome. Once it hits it, it's a dead ball. Replay.
Not quite sure how she got that 10th point then.
That makes 3 of us.
10-10.
Oh, nice. Joe Shattuck Same side, wide angle pass. Beautiful shot. So Villacreses forges ahead by 1. Now if she can score this, win this rally, she will close out game 2 and we'll have a tie at 1. And she does not.
She, Salvatierra uses those lines well, those drive, not much for pinching, everything down the sides.
Good for her, because we'll talk about this. Talk about rules and strategies, etc. Oh, nice. Front wall, sidewall, kiss winner. Fist pump, animation. Animo, Villacreses.
Taking a 1-point lead now at 12-11. We're going to 13 at least.
So she came out of that drive Z and goes with the direct drive. And it wasn't productive.
Saves the game there. Has to be hard to see the ball against the glass. As you could tell, she hit the glass instead of the ball, but looks easy from out here.
So now 1st to 14. Impressed with her stroke mechanics. She goes left, she goes right. She takes some pace off with that high lob.
There it is again.
Well, we were wrong, were we not, or was that a timeout?
We were incorrect.
So she did close it out, she being Aguilar Salvatierra.
Yes, she did.
2-0 in favor of the young lady from Guatemala. They'll come back in 2 minutes. Stay. So Rodrigo told us to stay live and vivo. Gustavo, a little bit about our hotel, Sierra. It's a wonderful place. It's like a country club and a residence in one.
Ceibos.
Ceibos.
Yeah.
C-E-I-B-O-S.
Yeah.
The other one is Parales. Parales. That's up in La Colina. Both beautiful hotels. We appreciate ours because of the location. We can walk here, or you can, probably in 8 minutes. Takes me about 18 minutes. It doesn't matter. We can walk here, ida y vuelta. And as we said, if you want to take a cab, I haven't had anybody tell me, except that they gave a $2 tip, they paid more than $3.
Yeah.
When we were in Korea, that same cab ride would have been $25. Yeah. So food is excellent, excellent food.
Service.
All types of cuisine. Yes, para servirle, amigo. Oh, sorry. Para servirle.
Yes, that's the saying here, but it's so true. They are very, very service oriented, and they've obviously professionals at providing that service. I'm sure they've been with the hotel many years.
Yeah, it becomes a lifestyle. It's really impressive.
And here we go on game number 3. Service to Salvatierra. Going to 11 points.
So she went out of her mode and she came with the drive Z. Reverses the ball with the forehand, winner.
Surprised me. She's been hitting everything down the lines.
So she changed her position in the service zone, gives her more options for the Z, which she goes to. And Villacreses says, I'll have none of that. So as Gustavo so eloquently said earlier, rally scoring, receiver or the server wins the rally, they earn a point. So we're at 1, tied at 1 here in game number 3.
Good get. Skipped it in. First lead for Villacreses.
One of the things with any racquetball player, especially juniors as they're developing, is learn how to close games out. You may be close, but you got to finish.
It's tough to see that ball come off the side glass. I think she hesitated because she didn't see it go to the front wall. Couldn't get there, that being Villacreses.
So now she goes with a reverse Z serve to the right side. That was loose. It came off the back wall and set Villacreses up for an opportunity, which for which she took advantage.
That crack on the corner there, or crotch, as serve, as you want to call it, or return, called a chuco here in Bolivia. Chuco. Chuca.
Different serve Rodrigo. That time, Gustavo. She came with a deep crack serve, angle serve into that side wall.
Another point for Villacreses. In Argentina, they call it un tronquito. And in Mexico, I was asking Fernando, one of the coaches here, and he said really the only word they use is nick, coming from squash. And we use that in Uruguay too.
And we use it in racquetball as well, nick lob. So Villacreses, if you will divide the game into three segments. Villacreses won the first, and now we're in segment number 2. Let's see if Aguilar can win this one and converge the score. It's
I'm showing 3-4, 3-4. Skipped it in.
Oh, that's a faux pas, folks. An out serve into the floor. And by the way, FYI, the 2 young Bolivian girls, the same inning, both players served the ball into the floor. I've never had that happen in 50 some odd years in this game. So there are always some sorpresas, my friend.
And the call on that is side out.
Absolutely. And now a point for the receiver. So now she's going with the backhand serve. Pushes the ball down the line, half lob. Again, another crack.
Otro chuca. Score 6-3. Va ganando Villacreses. Tercer set. Ganó los primeros dos.
So she won the first segment here, Gustavo. Now she's holding her own in the second segment. So, folks, that ball cleared the back wall 12 feet high. If the ball goes directly out or even off the sidewall and out, whoever hit the ball loses that rally. If it bounces, rebote, and goes out, it's a vuelve replay.
Tough return off the glass.
Should have a dead ball hinder there.
Didn't give it to her.
And didn't get it. Delgado's the ref, we are not.
Looking to her coach, changing her serve. 7-4.
Pure.
No se deja. Aguilar no se deja. 5-7. Vamos a 11.
Ace.
Muy buen servicio. As.
So we've completed the second segment. That was won by Aguilar. Scores converge 6-7. Not much you can do. That's Tom Travers' racquetball. Just a great serve, weak return, put away. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll stay here with you, folks. Thank you for tuning in. We're here on the International Racquetball Federation Networks. Gary Mazarov, Gustavo Farel. It's a privilege to work with you again, my friend. We've been doing this for years, but every time it's a new experience, and now a new experience here in a new location in Tarija.
I expect we're going to see some very large audience for the Bolivians for just the sport. This is the third largest sport in Bolivia right now, racquetball. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Every city, every major city you go to has courts, many courts galore, and many, many players. Unbelievable how many have come from the different cities of Sucre, Cochabamba, La Paz, Santa Cruz, and here in Tarija. The southernmost large city, I believe, it's about 7 hours from the northern Argentina. We're back, and we'll tell you a little bit more about the geography down here. Game number 3, 7-7. Guatemala serving.
So a very valuable timeout.
Otro Chuca.
Earns the serve, and she earns the point, so she forges ahead. 1 point lead. First to 11, win by 2. That's impressive, because that was a good serve. That deep, angled ball off that side wall. Quick hands from the young lady from Guatemala.
No se deja.
There it is. Came right side that time. Notice last 2 innings, she changed her service position again.
Going
so now
to second serve there.
Okay, short.
Yeah.
Oh, lazy that time. Once again, folks, they need to start closing out these games. Villacreses has the opportunity. She called the ball down.
Second serve.
Second serve.
Short serve. We will have video assist review, semifinals and finals.
Oh my. Afortunadamente for Guatemala, ball cracked on the back wall. Match point number 1. Right, left, reverse. What's she gonna serve? Right. She called it short.
She called that short. Yeah, from here,
Tough angle.
Different angle.
Different, very difficult to read.
Yeah.
So when in doubt, if you didn't see it good, it wasn't good. Ball up top. Oh, she got away with that, Gustavo.
Yeah, still in it. Coming back 9-10, serving. Going to 11. The receiver can win this game and match on this point.
This format with rally scoring keeps most games very engaging. We hope you enjoy it, folks. Comes back with the Z. Oh, nice. First to 12 now. Another overtime.
10-10. Tiempo, Guatemala. Nos quedamos acá con ustedes. Gary Mazarov, Gustavo Farel, su servidor, haciendo nuestros comentarios de nuevo aquí en el Mundial Junior número 34 de Tarija, Bolivia. Estamos viendo el primer partido del día. No sabemos cuántos van a ver en esta cancha número 13, la cancha principal de este complejo de Tarija. Precioso el complejo y la gente que nos ha recibido acá y nos ha tratado como reyes realmente. Esperamos tener unos partidazos en los siguientes días, una juventud, un entusiasmo para el deporte en todas partes y tanto también viniendo de Estados Unidos, que un equipo grande, ¿no?
Equipo grande, delegación 73 personas.
La delegación más fuerte obviamente es de Bolivia, me imagino México, después de eso y después creo que los Estados Unidos. Bueno, volvemos acá a lo que puede ser, todavía no, quieren ganar por 2 puntos, pero vamos 10-10, tercer set, partido entre Ecuador y Guatemala, chicas de menores de 18 años. 10-10, primer servicio.
Corta.
Segundo servicio.
See if she comes back with that half lob left, which she does with her backhand. Setup. There it is. Game point number 1 for Villacreses.
11-10.
Coached by a longtime team coach and player, Jose Luis Cueva. Saludos a tu padre, a su padre, Jorge. Whoa!
She got it.
Folks, don't go away. We have game 4 coming up here in Tarija, Complejo Municipal de Racquetball. 13 courts. It's not costoso at all. It's free to come and play, and we have 2 people here, 2 excellent ambassadors of the sport, Daniel Villarreal and Manuel Flores.
Senor Flores, yes, friends of ours from many years back. We are 2 hours ahead of Central Time in the United States here. Currently the time is 10:37 in Bolivia, where we are. We are about 6,000 feet of altitude here. However, the ball does not play like it's super fast, thinking of that high altitude. I think the fact that Gearbox, we want to thank Rafael Filippini and Gearbox for providing all the balls.
Official sponsor of the International Racquetball Federation and the official black ball as well.
They have brought the ceiling ball. That ball has brought the ceiling ball back into the game, and the kids are starting to use that. In fact, I was talking to Gutierrez Fernando, the coach from Mexico, yesterday, and he was saying that now they're teaching the players to use 3 levels of speed: the actual touch shot, the medium speed, and then the obviously power.
The photon. Yeah.
The photon, which used to would give you a huge advantage with that faster ball at the higher elevations. Not the case here. The ball plays like it should play coming off the racket, and I think it's a different kind of racquetball that we're seeing and enjoying today. It just a lot of different players can get into this. You don't have to be the most powerful guy out there to win.
Correct. And in the scheme of things, 6,000 feet in Bolivia is kind of low. If you can compare it to La Paz and Sucre and Cochabamba, I mean, significant difference in altitude. Santa Cruz, no. But
it's
incredible.
actually what's interesting about the city as well. It's a very large city. The metro area over 330,000 people. City that none of us had been to, and we are very happy to have come here and hope we'll be able to come back and enjoy this again amongst other cities in Bolivia. Yeah. Definitely soon to be one of the, if not already, the powerhouse in team competition racquetball, Bolivia, along with Mexico. And here we go. We're game number 4. Villacreses, Ecuador serving at 0-0. Girls 18 and under.
Talking about the ceiling ball. Now that was a miss hit. Oh, speaking of miss hits.
She wanted that.
Yeah, no mulligans in racquetball, folks. Unless your last name is Klaus. Hello, Woody.
Coming in to serve with the point. Salvatierra.
You were talking earlier about that junction, that deep corner left side. Tough to read. Point. Again. See what she did? She came up early and got it. So she wasn't exposed to that back corner. Didn't read that, so she's falling behind here.
Tres 0. Cuarto set. Buen saque.
Es tiempo para tiempo.
Se lo va a guardar para otro momento. 4-0.
You know, one thing she could do is poach, take a step and a half left, come up a little bit, and then Salvatierra Aguilar would go right side with the drive serve.
Yeah. But force a changeup.
Well, she had her opportunities. She being Villacreses, and now she's
the timeout.
Using her one resource timeout for this fourth set, if you will, folks. So for those of you new to the game of racquetball, we appreciate you tuning in. It's an easy game to learn. Make sure you get the proper equipment, proper pair of shoes. You can get a racket relatively inexpensive. Balls are inexpensive. And of course a pair of eyewear, protective eyewear. Doesn't matter what level at which you're playing. Don't expose yourself to injury. Get in the court, get a friend, hit the ball. Make sure you put your safety thong on the court at the end of the racket, at the grip. And then call 1-800-TOM-TRAVERS or Fran Davis, or down here, Manuel Flores, and get on the court with a professional so he or she can show you the ins and outs of the game. Here we go.
6-0. 6-0.
So again, to quote Tim Baghurst, that was an empty timeout.
7-0. Pero de la esquina salió recta por la línea derecha.
Yeah, whatever Cueva told Villacreses, it's not working. But you have to try.
8-0. Estamos jugando a 11.
Total control from the young lady from Guatemala here in game 4. I think she was surprised that she lost game 3 and she wanted to make a statement.
Would this be Salvatierra's daughter? No.
It's probably a niece.
A niece.
She goes by Aguilar, but Salvatierra has to be in her name as well. Juan Salvatierra, iconic coach and player from Guatemala. And there it is. The proverbial donut, 11-0 in favor of Aguilar Salvatierra from Guatemala, 3-1. We're here in Tarija. Gustavo and myself, Gary, we'll be back with another feed, probably 15 minutes. Stay tuned, folks.